performance didn't quite live up to expectations for England as they drew 1-1. Alexander Zinchenko put Ukraine ahead before Kyle Walker's goal, his first ever international goal in the first half, leveled things up. It does mean that England is still unbeaten in qualifying, but their 100% winning start has come to an end. It's interesting because there is a lot of reaction, and Sean Custis was with us momentarily where he was talking about what's coming up in their show that's coming next on talkSPORT from 9. And there is mixed reaction to this in the sense that maybe there is more expectation put upon this England team because of the fact that they have now reached a final at the Euros. They've gone deep in the World Cup in the last few tournaments. And obviously the players that we have as well. But are England, England in general are still in a good place.
I laugh because the whole idea is to get to a competition, which clearly England are going to do.
Yeah.
There's been years gone by where England didn't qualify, for a competition. America, 94. Remember England not being there then, and then there's other competitions. I think what adds to it is because there's been a number of players that are 100 million, around the 100 million mark, that play for England as well. Mm-hmm. So if you take sort of Harry Kane, and you take Declan Rice, and you take Jude Bellingham, and you take Jack Grealish, and there's others that would be valued in that range in the team. So it's, we all understand that England have got an enormous array of talent. So when they don't perform to what we know they're capable of, people are disappointed. And last night was a disappointment. But I did think it was, give them a bit of leeway. Give them a bit of leeway, as in, it was a difficult conditions in playing. And I thought the Ukrainians did what the objective. When I saw the goalkeeper catch the ball with 3 minutes to go and he literally fell to the ground in a 1-1 draw, they were delighted with the draw. It was a big result for them. They knew and they respected how good England were. Or not on last night's performance, but are as a team. They experienced that losing 2-0 at Wembley, not so long ago.
Yeah.
So,
and there is the argument, perhaps, and England fans won't necessarily care, or they may delight in the fact that other nations aren't doing as well. But, you look at Italy.
Germany.
Well, I was going to come to Germany, but you look at Italy, who are in England's group, and of course England beat Italy earlier on in this qualifying campaign, and Italy have played a couple of games fewer, we should point that out, but they've only won 1 of their 3 games. They've only scored 4 goals in those 3 games as well. They are 3 points behind Ukraine, 9 points behind England. They face England next as well at Wembley. You could argue, well, look, things aren't that bad in terms of qualifying. Yes, we can all have our issues with maybe some of the selection issues that Gareth Southgate has, and I've certainly had my piece to say on some of the players that have been omitted or have been called up. But you mentioned Germany as well. Now, of course, they don't have to go through a qualifying campaign as they are the hosts. They have lost their last 5 friendlies, the most recent coming against Japan last night, a 4-1 defeat. It's led to speculation about Hansi Flick's future as the Germany coach. But they're going through a very difficult transitional time as well. Yeah,
Netherlands in recent years have had a difficult... Yeah. I can remember playing against some unbelievable Holland sides. They were tremendous. So difficult to play against because of the talent they had technically and physically. Yeah, there are other nations that are struggling. England, and the reason why I say the reason why I say the Ukraine are so delighted, they really believe for them to have a chance of qualifying is to get second spot. Yeah. So not getting beat by England was a big deal last night. And obviously North Macedonia got the result, 1-1 against Italy. It's football changes and evolves quite quickly. We've seen a massive I look at England and think how quickly they're changing into a really strong, respected side in Europe, where other countries are looking and thinking they're a good side, a really good side. They could win it. I was lucky. Before we come on air, Nat, I said to you about teams I've played against. When I first made my Ireland debut, we played against Denmark in Dublin. They beat us 4-1. Unbelievable side that was. And Portugal along the way, Luis Figo's Portugal, were brilliant sides. It's a tough gig. England are a great side who will be at the Euros. Every team that faces them knows they're up against a very good England team at this present time.